You've been told for decades that eggs are the perfect protein. They're affordable, easy to cook, and packed with all the essential amino acids. Doctors said, start your day with an egg. And if you're under 40, that might have worked. But after 60, your body doesn't absorb or process protein the same way. And here's the hidden truth: those daily eggs might not be helping your muscles the way you think. In fact, they could be leaving you stuck in a cycle of slow muscle loss, silent inflammation, and that frustrating weak for no reason feeling. What's worse, eggs are still labeled as the gold standard. But for aging bodies, they fall short in 3 critical ways. Not enough leucine to trigger growth, no vitamin D, and missing the anti-inflammatory nutrients aging muscles desperately need. Meanwhile, there are 8 other protein sources that work better, especially for people over 60. They digest more efficiently, fight inflammation, and directly reverse age-related muscle loss. In this video, we're going to reveal all 8, including one that works while you sleep, one that beats eggs within 60 minutes, and one that helped a 92-year-old gain 3 pounds of muscle in just 8 weeks. If you're watching this, drop your age in the comments and tell us how you get your daily protein. You might be just one food away from stronger legs, deeper sleep, and better energy by next week. Now let's start with the overlooked plant protein that could beat beef eggs and even protein shakes. Number 8 on our list is one of the most overlooked proteins for older adults. It's humble, cheap, and often forgotten at the back of the pantry. That's lentils. They seem innocent, high in fiber, easy to store, and often labeled heart-healthy. But most people over 60 don't realize that lentils can quietly rebuild lost muscle, improve blood sugar, and even fight fatigue if you know how to use them right. That's what changed everything for Irene, a 71-year-old widow from Minnesota. She lived alone, didn't eat much meat, and found it harder to walk her dog without getting winded. Her hands felt weak opening jars. Her thighs shrank. And worst of all, she blamed herself. "Maybe I'm just fading," she said. But when her daughter visited one weekend, she cooked a warm red lentil stew with turmeric and bone broth. Within 2 weeks, Irene noticed something strange. Less soreness, deeper sleep, and more stable energy throughout the day. Here's why it worked. Lentils contain a unique combo of plant protein, iron-resistant starch, and folate, all critical for muscle function in aging bodies. Folate deficiency, which affects up to 30% of seniors, directly blocks protein synthesis at the DNA level. And lentils. They're the #1 food source of folate. 1 cup delivers 90% of your daily need. But it goes deeper. The resistant starch in lentils feeds your gut bacteria, which produce compounds that reduce inflammation and boost insulin sensitivity. That means better nutrient absorption, less fat gain, and fewer crashes after meals. A 2023 study in Nutrients found that older adults who consumed legumes like lentils 3 eggs per week had 15% more lean muscle mass than those who didn't, even without exercise. Irene didn't join a gym. She just added lentils to her lunch 3 days a week. She said, "I feel like my legs are waking up again." So if you've been skipping lentils because they seem basic or bland, it might be time to bring them back, not as a side dish, but as a tool for rebuilding what age tried to take away. Before we move on to number 7, if you often wake up with stiff knees or sore calves like you've just climbed a mountain, then our next video is especially for you. We'll show you a simple daily drink, just 1 cup, that can ease joint pain, reduce soreness, and quietly support muscle recovery as you age. Make sure to subscribe now so you don't miss it. It could change the way you start your mornings. Number 7 on our list is a protein that doesn't just nourish your muscles, it works while you sleep. That's cottage cheese. It's soft, it's simple, and for many older adults it feels like a gentle snack, something to eat before bed when you're not that hungry. But what most seniors don't realize is this cottage cheese isn't just safe, it's secretly powerful. Just ask Dennis, a 74-year-old former pilot from Colorado. For years he struggled with poor sleep. He'd wake up stiff, groggy, and weaker than the night before. His doctor blamed normal aging. But Dennis knew something was off. A friend in his retirement group mentioned trying cottage cheese before bed. Skeptical but curious, Dennis gave it a shot, half a cup with a spoon of almond butter. Within a week, his mornings changed. He woke up feeling lighter, less sore. His grip improved. And for the first time in months, he said, "I actually feel rested." What made the difference? Cottage cheese is loaded with casein protein, a slow-digesting protein that feeds your muscles for 6 to 8 hours overnight, just when your body enters a natural muscle breakdown phase. It also contains selenium, a mineral that 60% of seniors are deficient in, which helps reverse muscle weakness, vitamin B12, essential for turning protein into usable muscle, calcium and phosphorus, key players in muscle contraction and recovery. and bioactive peptides, compounds that naturally improve sleep quality by boosting calming brain chemicals. A Dutch study published in Nutrients showed that adults over 65 who ate cottage cheese before bed saw a 22% increase in muscle protein synthesis overnight without exercise. Dennis didn't take new meds. He didn't overhaul his lifestyle. He just made one change before bed. And now he says, my body doesn't fight the morning anymore. So if your legs feel heavier at sunrise, if your sleep feels light and broken, this humble creamy food might be the nighttime muscle rescue you've been missing. Number 6 on our list is a protein that doesn't just feed your muscles. It helps reverse the damage aging has already done. That's wild-caught salmon. It's flavorful, it's elegant, and for years it's been praised for heart health. But what most people over 60 don't know is that salmon also heals your muscles from the inside out. That's exactly what helped Marlene, 69, a retired librarian from Oregon. She stayed active, did yoga twice a week, and walked her dog daily. But her knees ached constantly. Her arms felt hollow. And no matter how much chicken or eggs she ate, her strength kept slipping. Her physical therapist suggested adding wild salmon to her dinner 3 times a week. At first, she rolled her eyes. Fish won't fix this. But within a month, something shifted. She could hold longer yoga poses. Her joint pain faded. And the most surprising part, she didn't feel as drained after walking uphill. The reason? Wild salmon is packed with omega-3 fatty acids, specifically EPA and DHA2 nutrients that directly reduce muscle inflammation and restore muscle cell sensitivity to protein. It also contains astaxanthin, a red antioxidant that protects muscle mitochondria, your energy factories. Vitamin D, essential for activating muscle protein synthesis. Selenium plus creatine, which improves strength, endurance, and recovery. And 22 g of clean, complete protein per serving. A landmark study from the University of Washington found that seniors who consumed omega-3s from salmon gained 6% more lean muscle without changing their workouts. Marlene didn't lift heavier. She just swapped her chicken breast for salmon. And now she says, I feel younger than I did 5 years ago. One note, always choose wild-caught, not farmed. Wild salmon has double the omega-3s, real astaxanthin, and none of the artificial colorants used in farm-raised fish. So if your joints are sore, if your muscles feel inflamed, this one fish could be the anti-aging ally your dinner plate is missing. Number 5 on our list is a food so small most people overlook it completely. But for older adults, it's one of the few plant proteins that can rival beef without the inflammation. We're talking about hemp seeds. They're nutty, they're tiny, and they're often shoved into the hippie health food section at the grocery store. But what most seniors don't realize is that hemp seeds are one of the most muscle-friendly foods on the planet. That was the case for Tom, a 76-year-old former woodworker from Idaho. He had stopped eating heavy meats because of his cholesterol, but since cutting back on steak, he'd lost strength. His arms thinned out. His hands got shaky. His balance slipped. He started relying on railings and leaning on furniture just to move around the house. Then one day, his grandson dropped off a bag of hemp seeds. Try these, Grandpa, just a spoon a day. Tom laughed at first, but added them to his morning oatmeal. 3 weeks later, he wasn't laughing. He was walking steadier, gripping firmer, and said, I feel like I got some of my power back. Why? Hemp seeds are made of edestin protein, a rare, easily absorbed protein that matches the structure of your blood plasma. Your body recognizes it instantly, no conversion needed, no digestive stress. It's like giving your muscles instructions in their native language. They're also packed with gamma-linolenic acid, GLA, an anti-inflammatory omega-6 that targets aging muscle, arginine, which boosts blood flow, improves nutrient delivery, and increases growth hormone, magnesium, iron, zinc, and phosphorus, all essential for muscle contraction and recovery. A 2022 clinical trial found that GLA from hemp reduced muscle soreness by 40% in adults over 65. And the arginine content helped improve exercise tolerance even for those with no workout routine. Tom never joined a gym. He just started sprinkling a tablespoon of hemp seeds onto his yogurt and salads. And now he says, I feel sturdier, like my legs trust me again. So if protein powders bloat you, if meat feels too heavy, these tiny seeds might be your easiest, most portable source of strength. Number 4 on our list is more than just a breakfast food. It's a living, breathing protein powerhouse that builds muscle and restores your gut from the inside out. That's Greek yogurt. It looks familiar. Creamy, tangy, high in protein. But most people over 60 don't realize it's not just the protein inside that matters, it's the bacteria. That's what helped Sharon, 70, widowed and newly diagnosed with prediabetes. She was tired, foggy, and her stomach always felt off. She'd tried protein shakes, but they made her bloated. And pills. She was already on too many. Her neighbor suggested something simple. Try full-fat Greek yogurt, real stuff with live cultures. Every morning. Within 10 days, Sharon's digestion calmed. Her energy felt more even. Her sugar cravings dipped. And when she had blood work done weeks later, her inflammation markers had dropped. Here's what makes Greek yogurt different. It contains both whey and casein, giving your body fast and slow digesting proteins in one simple scoop. But the real magic, the probiotics. Strains like Lactobacillus bulgaricus and Streptococcus thermophilus break down protein into bioactive peptides, tiny compounds that reduce inflammation and improve nutrient absorption. It also helps your gut produce vitamin K2, which protects bones and improves insulin response, butyrate, a fatty acid that shields muscles from breakdown, and CLA, a fat that helps preserve lean mass as you age. A Japanese study on centenarians found that fermented dairy was the #1 dietary commonality among those who maintained muscle into their 90s, even without high protein intake. Sharon didn't change everything, just her breakfast. Now every morning at 7:30 she sits by the window with her Greek yogurt, some flax, a drizzle of raw honey, and her favorite playlist. It's not just a meal, it's a ritual. A small act of self-respect and a quiet reminder I'm still rebuilding. Number 3 on our list is the fastest working protein for older adults, especially in the morning when your muscles are most receptive. That's whey protein. It's light. It's quick. And it's often misunderstood as something just for bodybuilders. But in reality, whey might be the single best tool to fight muscle loss after 60. That's what flipped the switch for Leonard, a 75-year-old former UPS driver. He was strong his whole life, until he wasn't. He still ate eggs every morning, still went for walks. But slowly his arms weakened. His balance slipped. His energy nosedived by 11 a.m. His son, a physical therapist, asked him one morning, "Dad, what if you're feeding your muscles too late?" That day, Leonard tried something new, a whey smoothie, 1 scoop, some frozen berries, and a pinch of cinnamon. 30 minutes after his morning stretches. He didn't expect much. But what he got? More morning clarity. A steadier gait, less hand tremble when holding his coffee cup. Why? As we age, our anabolic window shrinks the time frame when muscles can absorb and use protein effectively. Whey protein hits the bloodstream in 60 minutes or less, triggering the muscle-building process far faster than eggs or meat. It contains nearly twice the leucine of eggs per gram, the key amino acid to switch on growth after 70. It also delivers BCAAs, immunoglobulins, that support gut health, and glycomacropeptides that improve insulin sensitivity. In a study at McMaster University, older adults consuming whey gained double the muscle mass of those eating eggs with no added exercise. Leonard didn't lift weights. He just changed his routine. And now every morning he walks into the kitchen, reaches for his blender before his coffee, and smiles. Because now his muscles are finally listening. Number 2 isn't just a food. It's a strategy, the way you combine the right proteins throughout the day to unlock results no single food can deliver alone. We call it the smart protein synergy. You see, most people over 60 make one of 2 mistakes. They either rely on just one source like eggs or meat, or they eat all their protein at dinner when the body can't absorb it all efficiently. That's what held back Rosa, 78, a retired piano teacher from New Jersey. She ate healthy. Cottage cheese, chicken, even salmon. But she still felt stiff in the mornings, and heavy by afternoon. Her doctor kept increasing her vitamin D, but nothing seemed to help. Until her grandson, a med student, helped her rearrange her meals. They built a rhythm. Whey smoothie after stretching, Greek yogurt mid-morning, lentil quinoa bowl with 1 egg at lunch, cottage cheese in the afternoon, wild salmon at dinner, and 1 last spoon of almond-buttered casein before bed. Within a month, her inflammation markers dropped. Her sleep deepened. And the stiffness she thought was just part of aging gone. Why did this work? Because aging muscles need constant nourishment, fast digesting protein in the morning, slow digesting at night, and anti-inflammatory support throughout. Each protein type, from whey to lentils, plays a different role in repairing, fueling, and protecting your strength. Think of it like an orchestra. Whey is the violin, fast and sharp. Cottage cheese is the cello, slow and deep. Salmon is the trumpet, bold, anti-inflammatory. But it's not until you bring them together in the right order at the right time that the music becomes complete. Number 1 on our list isn't one single food. It's how you put the right proteins together at the right time for your body. Because after 60, it's not just about what you eat. It's when you eat it, how your body absorbs it, and what you combine it with. That's what changed everything for Bernard, 81, from Chicago. He was eating healthy salmon, eggs, yogurt, but still getting weaker every month. Until his nutritionist showed him how to space out his protein across the day. A whey shake right after his morning stretch. Greek yogurt with berries mid-morning. A lentil plus egg bowl at lunch. Cottage cheese in the afternoon. Wild salmon for dinner. And a spoon of almond butter before bed. He didn't eat more. He didn't exercise harder. But within weeks he noticed his legs felt stronger. His balance improved. And he wasn't as tired after walking up the stairs. It's called smart protein timing, and it works better than any miracle supplement. Because every protein you've seen in this video, they're tools. But how you use them together, that's where the real magic happens. So instead of asking what's the best food, start asking what does my body need this morning, this afternoon, tonight. Your answer might be different from mine. But your strength, your energy, and your independence, they're all waiting for you to find that rhythm. Now you've just learned the 8 best proteins for people over 60 ranked by real science and real results. If you've been relying on eggs or missing key nutrients, now's the time to make a change. Just one small adjustment, even a spoon of yogurt or a scoop of whey, can help protect your strength, your balance, and your energy for years to come. And if you've already been eating some of these good proteins now, you know how to time them better and combine them for even bigger impact. We'd love to hear from you. What's your go-to protein each day? And which new one are you thinking of trying after today's video? Leave a comment below. Your story might inspire someone else on their journey. And in the next video, we'll show you a simple daily drink, just 1 cup, that can ease stiff joints, reduce soreness, and quietly support muscle recovery as you age. Thanks so much for watching. You're not just learning, you're leading by example.